Okay, Aries, let's talk about the cards that I picked. I think that they really reinforce the astrology and will make August a particularly special month of 2015 for you. I picked three cards to represent the first half of the month. I picked another three for the last half of the month, and I picked one overall card to symbolize the month. And that card, Aries, was the Nine of Cups. And this is a card of your wishes coming true. And let me talk about the first card I picked for the first half of the month. For the first half of the month, which was the Ace of Wands. And I see that you're very enthusiastic, you're starting something new. And I suspect that this Nine of Cups is maybe talking about something that was in the hopper from the past and is now being made manifest. And so maybe it's money that you need to launch something and it's come through and now you can begin something because the Ace of Wands indicates a beginnings of a venture and it can be a very creative force. So whether it is an artistic endeavor or even starting a family, it could be that. And as I said, with all that fifth house activity, this really connects to that, this Ace of Wands. And you're full of enthusiasm for it. You're not blasé. You really want to do this thing. You want to do it so much that you might just be kind of straining, against any kind of obstacles, let me at it so I can start. But you have two cards for the same half of the month that kind of show that you're going to have to go inward a little bit because I picked for you the Moon card and the Seven of Pentacles. And the Moon card suggests that when you're starting something, you have to also counter with going within and using your intuition to make sure you're doing everything as you should. And this is something that Aries should do on a regular basis anyway, because you tend to be very impulsive because you are so enthusiastic and you are so active and you like to do things. You don't necessarily like to think them out first. But this card is even beyond thinking. This card is more about tapping into the spiritual dimension. Thinking is an intellectual activity. So you're going to want to really go within in terms of meditating on whatever it is that you're trying to do so that you make sure that your effort is covered on all bases. It's not just something that you have a desire to do, but also something that is good for you. And then the Seven of Pentacles also indicates that your idea or your project is being nurtured and it's a material energy. So it means that it can bring you monetary gains, but it means that you are doing research and the moon might be part of that kind of inward work. You're doing research, you're gaining information on how to proceed, and it is a very reflective card. It is a very quiet card, and it's very good to balance off that fiery, excited energy of the Ace of Wands. And in the second half of the month, I drew the Devil card. And this suggests that you make sure that you are not being held back by anything related to a dysfunctional relationship that is not in your best interests or any kind of addiction other than an addiction to a person, like maybe an addiction to some substance that drains your energy, drains your resources, and makes it harder for you to pour your energy into your passion, your life's work. And for you, this may revolve around a romantic relationship for some of you that is dragging you down. And Aries people are very positive people, but all of us can be susceptible to the negative tendencies of another person. So it's really good to make sure that you surround yourself with people who have your best interests at heart, who build you up, who are positive themselves in their own lives, and they're not just always complaining. That's not the kind of person that you need. And Aries is a very lusty sign, and I could totally see that some of you might be with somebody because it's a sexual relationship that is very satisfying for you, but the other parts of it are not good. So if that's the case, Aries, maybe you needed me to tell you to sever that relationship. And I'm not saying that you should do that if there are other good things in the relationship. I'm talking about if it's overall a negative relationship. And then the card in the middle is the Fool for the second half of the month. And that card represents the unknown, going into the unknown, this person with the knapsack, and that's all that they're carrying. So it's being free, it's being unencumbered. And the Devil card is being weighed down and shackled. So those are two different types of energy, totally. And so to me, it suggests that you can get into this state of mind and this life path of freedom and joy and trust in the unknown as soon as you get that monkey off your back. And it might be another person, and it might be some sort of other type of addiction, but you need to get rid of that before you can move on and become this pioneer. Because I do associate the Fool with Aries, even though it is connected to the planet Uranus, which probably is because it's this unknown quantity. It's the zero. That's the number or lack thereof of the Fool card. It's the first card in the deck. Sometimes it's number 22, but it can be a zero. It's in my deck. It's a zero, and that's the unknown. So you have to, in order to embark on a new path, the first thing you have to do is let go of these old demons. And then to the right of the Fool, I got the Queen of Swords. And I do equate this with the Fool in the sense that the Queen of Swords could be cutting ties with a person who is not good for you and is draining your energy. The Queen of Swords could literally mean a mother figure who happens to be an air sign, Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius, or an older woman who plays a prominent role in your life in some capacity. Or it could mean that you need to step into this mentality and become very detached and cut through the crap or ties to stuff that is holding you back. And I find it very interesting that you have the Devil on one side, the Queen of Swords on the other side, and the Fool in the middle. And I think that means that the Fool can emerge when the Queen cuts off the legacy of the Devil, the addictions, the negative mindset. But there's that Nine of Cups that overlooks it all, that symbolizes the month, wishes being attained. I think I'll leave it there. I think this will be a wonderful, joyous month for you, Aries, and I hope you enjoyed this and take care. Talk to you soon. Bye.